Elif, Zeynep, Ayşe, and Deniz. Dört kafadar, yani four best friends. Forever and ever, or so they promised. School was finally over. Oh, the sheer relief. No more exams. No more waking up at an ungodly hour. Freedom tasted sweet. Sweeter than any Bayram Shekeri, believe me. They had big plans, these four. Very big plans. Summer was their oyster, and they were ready to find a pearl. Or at least some decent ice cream. The wait for summer had felt like an eternity. Longer than a double math class on a Friday afternoon. They counted down the days on their calendars. They dreamt of endless sunshine and lazy afternoons. No more homework, no more gerise. Did you finish your project? Questions, just pure, unadulterated fun. That was the official plan anyway. Of course, life rarely sticks to the script, does it? Especially when four teenage girls are involved. But hope springs eternal, as they say. Or was that just something their literature teacher said? Their grand escape plan involved a small, charming seaside town, far, far away from the city's concrete jungle, and the judging eyes of certain relatives. Parents, bless their cotton socks, had finally agreed. It took weeks of strategic begging, mind you. Operation Convince Ann Baba was a military-grade success. There were PowerPoint presentations, there were promises of good behavior. Some tears might have been involved, fake ones, mostly. But shh, don't tell. Packing was, naturally, utter chaos. What does one bring for infinite fun? Everything, obviously. Or so Denise thought, trying to fit her entire wardrobe into one suitcase. Swimsuits galore, shorts in every color, books they'd probably never open. And snacks. Oh, the glorious mountain of snacks. Crisps, cookies, chocolates, enough to feed a small army. Or four very hungry girls. The excitement was palpable. You could almost taste it. This summer, they declared, was going to be legendary. Absolutely legendary. They arrived. The car journey was long, filled with questionable singing and too much sugar. But the moment they smelled that salty air, magic. The sound of the waves was like a welcome song. Paradise found. Or so they thought. The rental house was cute. Yes, cute was the word. Perhaps a bit too cute, and definitely smaller than it looked in the online photos. Four girls, one tiny bathroom. Oh dear. This was going to be an adventure in sharing and patience. Lots of patience. First day at the beach. Sunscreen was applied with religious fervor. Mostly. Zeynep missed a spot on her nose. It would later glow like Rudolph's. They tried to build magnificent sand castles. They ended up with lumpy sand blobs. Art is subjective, right? They attempted to look cool and nonchalant while strolling by the water. Ayşe promptly tripped over a rogue seashell. Smooth. Denise, ever the trendsetter, lost her brand new sunglasses within the first 10 minutes. Classic Denise. Some things never change. Then came the mission. Make new friends. They spotted some local kids. They looked cool, maybe too cool. Initial interactions were a masterclass in teenage awkwardness. Lots of hi and staring at their feet. But then, a miracle happened. Ice cream, the great unifier. Turns out a shared love for pistachio flavor and catchy pop songs can bridge any gap. New friends, unlocked. Suddenly, the beach felt even bigger, even more exciting. The summer was looking up. Of course, no vacation is complete without a tiny, insignificant argument. Usually about food. Tonight's debate, pizza versus pasta. Elif, feeling adventurous, craved fresh seafood. Zeynep, for about an hour, declared herself a staunch vegetarian. Ayşe just wanted something, anything edible. Denise suggested chocolate for dinner. Again, these little squabbles always happened. Especially when everyone was a bit tired, and a little sunburned, and very, very hungry. It's just part of the package deal with friends. Someone, probably Elif with her great ideas, suggested renting a paddleboat. It'll be fun, she chirped. What could possibly go wrong with four girls, one boat, and zero nautical experience? Well, steering for one. They mostly paddled in enthusiastic yet wobbly circles. Ayşe discovered she wasn't exactly a natural-born sailor. She turned a delicate shade of green. But the laughter, oh, the laughter echoed across the bay. Even Ayşe managed a weak chuckle between groans. It was a disaster. A hilarious, memorable disaster. Remember Denise's dramatically lost sunglasses? The new local pals, bless their hearts, organized a grand beach treasure hunt. Operation Find Denise's Shades was launched with impressive seriousness. They combed the sand like seasoned detectives. They unearthed 3 bottle caps, a very lonely sock, and a peculiar-looking crab. But alas, no designer sunglasses. The mission was a technical failure, but the teamwork, a resounding success. and Denise secretly enjoyed the attention, just a little bit. Then, the ultimate crisis struck. The unthinkable happened. The Wi-Fi in the rental house died. Just like that. Poof. Gone. The horror. The sheer unadulterated panic. How would they update their Insta stories? How would they prove they were having fun? They actually had to talk to each other, face to face, for hours. Imagine that. Turns out, these ancient forms of communication are surprisingly effective. And dare I say, enjoyable. Who knew life existed beyond the screen? Revolutionary. To celebrate their newfound Luddite lifestyle and to save some precious pocket money, they decided to cook dinner, together, as a team. It involved a lot of enthusiastic chopping and a lot of giggling, and possibly a small, contained fire in a frying pan. Zeynep insisted the slightly burnt smell added character to the spaghetti. The end result? Edible. Almost delicious even if you were hungry enough. A culinary triumph in its own special way. They felt like proper grown-ups. For about 5 minutes. The last few days always feel a bit strange, don't they? A bittersweet cocktail of, I don't want to leave, and I really need my own bed. They tried to cram in every last drop of fun. More ice cream, more giggling fits, more slightly off-key singing on the beach. Late-night talks on the tiny balcony became a sacred ritual. Sharing secrets whispered into the salty air. Dreams for the future, fears about algebra tests. Under a blanket of stars. Very dramatic, very necessary. These were the moments they'd tattoo on their hearts. They started to notice little things, how much they actually relied on each other. Through the silly arguments over who used the last of the shampoo, and the small, shared adventures like discovering a hidden cove. Elif's meticulous planning, sometimes annoying, mostly useful. Zeynep's ability to make anyone laugh, even mid-meltdown. Aisha's quiet calm, the anchor in their delightful chaos. And Denise's boundless, sometimes bewildering enthusiasm. It all just clicked, like a perfectly imperfect, slightly lopsided handmade friendship bracelet. So what profound life lessons did they learn on this grand summer escapade? Well, for starters, sharing one tiny bathroom with 3 other girls builds character. Serious character. They learned that friendship isn't always sunshine and perfectly filtered selfies. Sometimes it's messy and complicated, but it's always worth it. They discovered that even slightly burnt spaghetti can taste like a Michelin star meal when shared with the right people. And that Wi-Fi, while nice, isn't the source of all happiness. Shocking, I know. And just like that, it was time to go home. Tans would eventually fade. Sand would be found in unexpected places for weeks. But the memories? Oh, those would shine brighter than any summer sun. Promises were made. Pinky swears exchanged. Next year, same time, same place. The bond between Elif, Zeynep, Aisha and Denise felt different now. Stronger, deeper, more than just friends. They were sisters, summer sisters, forged in sunshine and shared laughter. And that, my friends, was the best souvenir of all. Better than any seashell or tacky fridge magnet.